Sorry guys, got disconnected. Sorry guys, got disconnected. Let me get it again. सबको लिंक दोबारा भेजना पड़ेगा. Sorry about this guys. लाइट चली गई and एकदम से I got disconnected. सबको I'll do just this once. डिस्कॉर्ड सर्वर में नया लिंक डाल ही देते हैं बिकॉज आई नो डिस्कॉर्ड में भी लोग बोल ही रहे होंगे कहाँ चल रहा भैया. Reddit hater is going to a marriage function. Stream is on. And yeah, I think we have it back. Let's see after when people join finally. Tanmay is back. क्या हाल है तन्मय? विपुल भाई is also back. क्या हाल है विपुल भाई? यार भाई that's what happened. लाइट चली गई and right now मैं भूल गया था कि कल बिल्कुल भी लाइट नहीं गई, so I didn't know कि मेरा जो मैं जिस रूम में मैं इस टाइम पे हूँ उसमें जिससे मेरा सारा सेटअप कनेक्टेड है, इंक्लूडिंग माई स्क्रीन, माई वाईफाई राउटर, एवरीथिंग इज़ कनेक्टेड टू द इंटरनेट थ्रू दिस वन. एंड उस प्लग में वाई नेट वो इन्वर्टर नहीं है, सो दैट कॉज द प्रॉब्लम्स फॉर इट. बट होपफुली अब थोड़ी देर तक लाइट नहीं जाएगी एंड देन विल सी व्हाट वी कैन डू अबाउट इट. तो इस पे भी दोबारा लाइक ठोको, इस वाली स्ट्रीम पे भी. आई डिलीट द अदर वन. जीएस भी बैक. क्या हाल है? ओके गाइज, सो let a few other people join. Guys, please drop a like if you are watching. Thank you very much. So after once you start watching this, we'll go through again शुरू से कि क्या चल रहा है and what we need to do about it and क्या हो रहा है, and then we'll discuss it further with you guys. So let me go through it one more time. I think we have it right here. Yeah, just give me 1 minute. Okay. Okay. Here we are. Thank you for joining the stream guys, and I'll just quickly show you what we are talking about. Here it is. So एक bill pass किया है यूपी गवर्नमेंट ने, it's just been recently passed, which basically blocks getting anticipatory bail when you're accused of rape or in POCSO, which is Protection Children from Sexual Awareness Act. So I said in the thumbnail that it is anti-men because literally in the statement that UP government has made, they have named women and children as the victims. जब women and children are the only victims, तो हम तो गिनती में नहीं है, क्या करें? So obviously it's anti-men because it doesn't take us in that. भाई लास्ट कल के वीडियो पे मैंने कमेंट किया था, देखा क्या? कल वाले स्ट्रीम पे क्या? I didn't bro, I didn't see, I'm sorry. I've been like दिन में यार आज actually I cleaned this entire room and like created a new setup पर्दे वर्दे because I wanted this room to be good enough कि साला यहाँ पे बैठ सकूँ मैं और मेरा मन ख़राब ना हो और मैं मर्डर ना कर दूँ किसी का. So need to do that. Just give me a second, let me check the comments on the last video. Oh, this is not the last video. This is the last video. 158 views, that's not bad for a live stream. वो भी मेरी, क्योंकि मेरी वैसे भी कौन देखता है. Vipul bhai has commented on the last video. I don't see another comments on my last video, bro. Are you talking about the one that I made before that? Which one are you talking about? Anyways, करेंगे उस बारे में बात करेंगे. फिलहाल let's look at this. So anticipatory bail का मतलब, let me explain again. So anticipatory bail is a bail that you apply to before you are arrested. So that means कि आपको पता है कि आपके against case हुआ है. So you can go to the court and apply for an anticipatory bail कि this is the accusations against me and this is why I deserve a bail. So and depending on the merits of the case, completely at the discretion of the judge, under CRPC 438, you can be granted an anticipatory bail. There is no guaranteed, it's not saying that it will grant you, but there are things that it can be granted to you. under CRPC 438. It's totally at the power of the judge. If he wants to grant you, उसका मूड अच्छा है तो he can. If he doesn't want to grant you anticipatory bail, completely power of the judge. You cannot question if he doesn't grant you anticipatory bail. So UP government has passed an amendment bill which limits the power of the judge to grant anticipatory bail in cases of rape and POXO. Now, given the fact कि यूपी गवर्नमेंट ने खुद ही बोला है that the it's to protect women and children in their drive to protect women and children, this has been done. उसके अलावा what other things are there in this bill that make it anti-men? I have tried building this community to educate you guys about men's right and what the hell is going on in our country. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you think is causing this? In the meantime, I'll wait for your messages because थोड़ा सा delay रहता है stream पे. In the meantime, I'll change the stream icon. Alright, it has just been. तन्मय से सर प्रूफ देखने के बाद भी मूड होगा तो जस्टिस. अरे ब्रो, यू हैव नो आइडिया हाउ दिस वर्क्स, स्पेशली इन कोर्ट्स. कौन सी एविडेंस, कैसी एविडेंस? देखो, बेल ग्रांट होती है इस बेसिस पे कि आपके अगेंस्ट क्या एविडेंस है एंड आर यू अ फ्लाइट रिस्क. फ्लाइट रिस्क का मतलब होता है कितने चांस हैं कि आप इस केस की ड्यूरेशन में भाग सकते हो. यू विल एब्सकॉन्ड. एब्सकॉन्ड इज द वर्ड दैट्स यूज्ड एंड फ्लाइट रिस्क इज द वर्ड दैट्स यूज्ड कि मतलब क्या ये बंदा भाग सकता है, क्या इसके पास इतने रिसोर्सेज हैं कि दैट ही कैन एब्सकॉन्ड. एंड एब्सकॉन्ड इज द वर्ड बेसिकली मीन्स भागना. एंड जज कैन जस्ट से दैट द इवन अगर तुम्हारे अगेंस्ट कोई भी सॉलिड एविडेंस नहीं है, जज कैन स्टिल से दैट द एक्यूज्ड इज अ फ्लाइट रिस्क, हेंस एंटिसिपेटरी बेल डिनाइड. इतनी पावर है जजेस के हाथ में. दे रियली डू. मजाक एक साइड, एंड आई एम बीइंग वेरी वेरी सीरियस हियर, that judges have that kind of power. And also guys, please do not forget to leave a like in the stream. Parth says it's okay, but after proven innocent men must get compensation. घंटा compensation 5 साल केस चलने के बाद ना, 5 साल केस चलने के बाद मैंने ना 20-20 हज़ार रुपये, 1 लाख रुपये कंपनसेशन लेने को मिला है. 5 साल जेल में निकालने के बाद 1 लाख रुपये कंपनसेशन. 5 साल. गाय स्पेंड्स 5 years in jail for a crime that he didn't commit. Okay, Pixel is joining us. So अगर तुम लोगों को ये जोक लग रहा है, I'll find you cases, like literally cases हैं ऐसे, documented cases हैं where men have spent like years in prison for crimes they didn't commit and they get like pathetic compensations. Government से compensation की उम्मीद करना is like not a smart idea in the first place, but still. And to be honest, this bill, why I think it's, let's get into that कि why do I think it's anti-men, is because पहली बात, if somebody is accused of a crime as serious as a POXO or in sexual harassment or sexual violence, anticipatory bail is granted when there is no biological evidence. And हमारे देश में there is a provision under 375 which is the rape clause, which is, अगर आप लोगों को नहीं पता है then you haven't been watching my channel seriously, and that is breach of promise of marriage, which means even if all the physical relationships you had with your female partners were consensual, she can still file a rape case on you, and under those cases usually men can get anticipatory bails, and this bill will prevent that from happening, which means even the men who are wrongly accused, knowingly wrongly accused, even though they will have to get arrested and then apply for a bail. They will not get anticipatory bails anymore. Tanmay says innocents are in jail and criminals are roaming in the streets. Sad reality India. That's actually, यार ये ना कहानी हर देश की है, to be very honest. It's not just our country, but इस मामले में yes, as far as sexual offences goes, India is at a very very promiscuous state where actual people who do sexual violence, उनका सही में कुछ नहीं बिगड़ता है, but for a man who's not like politically affiliated, and other than that, blah 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 blah. I'm losing my train of thoughts today, आज पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है. It's either a coffee, मैंने बहुत strong coffee बना के पी है अभी. So as I was saying, जो men politically affiliated नहीं है, जिन लोगों के पास ज़्यादा power नहीं है, let's say, they have a really hard time struggling with it, because rape एक ऐसा crime है भाई, उसकी सिर्फ accusation ही तुम्हारी life बर्बाद करने के लिए more than sufficient है, more than sufficient. Okay, so as I was saying, यार, and ये ना एक पैटर्न है. I've seen this in a lot of cases and I've seen it in a lot of places, जहाँ पे मतलब somebody gets accused, just accused of a crime like that, and खासकर जो शरीफ घरों के लोग होते हैं, they're like, my life is ruined now, I can't do anything with my life now. You guys have seen those, right? You guys have seen those videos. They're all over the internet. Well, people commit suicide saying that I have been accused of this. I never did this, and now I can't live with myself. People always look at me and they think of that, and just happens. क्या कर सकते हैं भाई? And instead of looking at those false cases, looking at what can be done in those cases, we just keep going, and keep going the wrong direction, and which is strengthening the laws. The laws are already quite a lot powerful, but I don't know what more can be done about it. Okay, guys, let me switch the cameras back. OBS. There should be a shortcut to switch cameras, right? I don't think there is. Yeah, pixel was on the screen. I didn't even remember that I did that before I did it. Yo. So as I was saying, that these laws, like especially the sexual harassment, sexual violence laws, are obviously important and they are put in place for a reason. But वो fulfill नहीं हो पाता है. It has never been fulfilled, and ये ऐसे रहेगा. UP government passed a law that denies anticipatory bail to anybody accused of either any kind of sexual violence or under POCSO. Now let's talk about, we have talked about sexual violence, let's talk about POCSO. POCSO is Protection of Children from Sexual Offences. Good. A very important law, a very powerful law, and put in place for a very right reasons. But women are never accused under POCSO. Like yesterday we read a case, right, where a 35-year-old woman married a 17-year-old kid. A 17-year-old boy is a minor. Having sexual relationship with a minor is under POCSO, even if the perpetrator is a male or a female, but females never get arrested under POCSO. We have seen cases jहाँ पे like a 12-year-old is having sexual relationships with a woman who's much older than him, who's an adult, and the woman never gets excused. We have even seen a case where a 13-year-old boy was arrested for raping a 34-year-old woman. They were having a thing and they got caught, and the woman filed a rape case on the boy, and the boy was arrested. I think we've talked about those cases, right? If you've seen my previous videos. Case says, hello, kya haal hai bro? Media trial plays a big role. Media should be banned in the cases. यार जहाँ तक सेक्सुअल वायलेंस वाले केसेस है ना, आई थिंक मीडिया शुड नॉट बी गिवन परमिशन टू टॉक अबाउट दोस, बिकॉज दोज आर वेरी सीरियस क्राइम्स. इफ दोज क्राइम्स गेट, अगर वो एक्यूजेशन जब तक है, आई डोंट थिंक दे शुड बी डिस्कस्ड. इफ इट्स प्रूवन देन मैं एक बहुत सिंपल था, इफ समबडी इज एक्यूज्ड एंड कन्विक्टेड ऑफ रेपिंग समबडी, दैट मैन शुड बी किल्ड मेरे हिसाब से. आई एम वेरी हैप्पी विद दैट. आई थिंक दैट्स अ गुड डील, राइट? We all have women in our families. We all want them to be protected. What's wrong with that? I think that's a good idea. We should do it. Also, guys, if you're new to the chat, new to the stream, please leave a like, ताकि मेरे कुछ जो बेचारे सब्सक्राइबर्स हैं जिन्होंने मेरी शायद एक वीडियो के अलावा बाकी कोई वीडियोस देखे नहीं है, उन तक शायद नोटिफिकेशन पहुंच जाए that I'm live streaming, and हमें more views मिल पाएँ. We can have a better discussion. As many people as we can have is better for a discussion. And do you know Andrew Tate? I know Andrew Tate. We talked about Andrew Tate in the last stream, right? Andrew Tate is an interesting guy. I agree with him on some things, disagree with him on other things. He veers on the same direction as misogyny sometimes, but I still enjoy his work sometimes. He's funny. He's funny as hell. And obviously he's powerful, strong, young, rich man. Everybody wants to be. But still, recently today, 12-year-old who had been ganged up. Sure. It's males, bro. Delhi Commission of Women is a statutory authority appointed to investigate matters concerning the security of safety of women under Delhi law. The case is under investigation. Two of the accused have been arrested. Sen said in the video statement, three accused are from the same community. They were neighbors. Yeah, I just saw through that. Pixel still hates that guy. Yeah, Pixel, I understand why you would hate somebody like Andrew Tate because he's a very polarizing figure. But I can tell you that some of his points really do make sense in a more like lower case levels because the he actually owns porn streaming sites, right? Like he owns streaming. Like there are models that he hires who do those live porn streams for him, and he has seen men in those conditions where men are like throwing thousands of dollars at these women who's never going to meet them, never going to give them anything. Like in a video, his brother Tristan literally said that I had to coach moderators into talking men out of committing suicide. Imagine a 30-year something rich guy throwing money at a model who's sitting halfway around the world and telling her that I'm going to kill myself. And he has seen the after you see that side of humanity, masculinity, you start to think that this is women who are causing it. He has had his own life, yeah. He has had his own difficult life. So he has his own views. We don't have to agree with everything somebody says. Yeah, Partha, I just saw that case, yeah. It's really, really rough. It's really rough. What can he promotes traditional masculinity, bro? Traditional masculinity has left everything that was traditional is now being phased out. I understand what masculinity means, and I understand that masculinity is under attack in the world and in our country specifically, and we need to care about that. We need to think about that. We need to talk about that. But going to the extreme to saying that men like the red pill way, like women don't even matter in your life, that's too much, way too much, in my opinion, in my personal opinion. That's it. So false accusation need appropriate countermeasures. There are no appropriate countermeasures, bro. Like a woman who accuses somebody of a false rape case, 4 5 years later she says that I was never raped. She gets nothing. कोई case कुछ नहीं. We have seen 500 rupees fine after a 10-year-old case, bro. 500 रुपए का fine. Parth said something, saying that like developed country. Okay, I want you or Deepika ma'am to do a research on why men's population is reducing. The birth rate of boys is still high compared to girls, but after 35, women's population is high, and government is saying they'll like that's like developed countries. I haven't done any research about it, but yes, I have read things like the population of men is decreasing. I think that's okay. I don't think that's a problem. Voice gay? You guys can still hear me, right? I can see that my mic is still working. Yeah, mic is still working, bro. Anyways, यार जहाँ तक दिस पॉपुलेशन वाली बात है, I'll do something about it. अगर तुमने बोला है तो I'll let me write it down in my notes. इस नौकरी का एक फ़ायदा हुआ है that my typing speed has increased dramatically. Okay. False accusation. जहाँ तक appropriate countermeasures नाम की कोई चीज़ है ही नहीं. And chaos, does prenup exist in India? Nope. Like for example, if I was to marry a woman and I would say she has complete right over my property, I can't do anything about it. There are no prenups in our country. They are not legal. They are not liable. I tried researching about it because that's what a sane man would do. I would be like, well, if women accuse men just to get money from them, I'll just have her sign a prenup that she owns nothing, she has no part, and she has no right on any that thing that I own. Apparently, that can't be done in our country. Well, even if it was, all she has to do is after she files for a divorce, all she has to say is आई डिडंट वांट टू साइन इट आई डिडंट नो व्हाट आई वाज साइनिंग या फिर मुझे बहला फुसला के या मुझसे ज़बरदस्ती जान से मारने की धमकी दे के मुझे साइन करवाए गए एंड देन इट्स ऑल flipped upside down. We see that all the time in cases, bro. That's what happens. Also, guys, we have 13 viewing now, which is the highest this number we have achieved in the last 2 days. Do drop a like, guys. Thank you so much. And Anish says, guess I'll just remain a bachelor. And this is exactly what the feminists want you to do. They want you to not go after women. They want women to be miserable so that more women gravitate towards their content, which tells them that they don't need men, when in fact they do. And then they sell more books, they get more interviews, they get more clicks on their posts, they get more likes, they get more money. This is exactly what feminists want us to do. They want to break the foundational structure of marriage. It has already happened in the US. Like 70% of the kids in African American communities are raised by single mothers. And if you're a single parent house, you are much more likely to get into drugs and violence. That is a fact. That's studies, that's conducted. It's a fact, but they don't want to believe it. You go, girl, woman empowerment. Nahi. Every house needs two parents. If it can have two parents, then it should have two parents. But nobody cares about that. Nobody does. And what do you think? Will remaining alone help? This is what the red pill people say, right? You don't need women in your life. Well, I think you do. I think we can learn a lot from a partner from a different gender. Even before marriage, having a girlfriend is also important. Having her cheat on you, even that teaches you something. Am I wrong? Am I the only one who thinks that? That even bad relationships teach you a lot? Making laws aren't gonna help at all. It's useless. Improving police will. Bro, it's not police just. It's that we have so less police compared to the population. They have so many cases to handle, and the police people don't even pay attention to most of the things that happen. Give me a second, guys. I think I missed something. Yeah, now it's on. And police is nobody's friend, Anish. Police is nobody's friend. वो सिर्फ अपने फ्रेंड होते हैं और किसी के फ्रेंड नहीं होते. Let me tell you very very clearly. I have had a lot of experiences with police. Some good, some bad, some very good, some very bad. And actually it is because of police that I am actually pursuing law right now. Because कल को मैं डिग्री किसी के मुंह पे फेंक के मार सकूँ. That I'm a lawyer. Shut up and you will have to listen to me. Because I'm a lawyer, I'm not a citizen. Because apparently a citizen can't be aware of his rights. Okay, so even prenups thrown out by the courts. Yep, if you can get a prenup signed, but it has no value. The court will throw out the prenup. Physical violence has been, because woman will never file for a divorce straight up, right? She will file for a domestic violence case, dowry harassment case, and you can't prove that there wasn't any physical violence. All she has to do is take a blade, cut herself, and then walk into a hospital. मेरे पति ने मुझे काट दिया. Nothing you can do about it. कोई investigation नहीं होगी. Whatever she says is pure truth. You think that's a lie? Look up the court cases. I'll show you guys some someday. Don't worry about it. Lesbian separatism? Bro, what are you talking about? India is moving towards Western culture soon. There will be number one divorce rate, suicides, broken families. We are headed that way. We're definitely headed that way. We'll get there someday. US still beats us in the number of divorce cases and suicides. We'll beat them someday. I'm sure that will be the first thing we beat the US at, except population. Cheating is a big lesson. बिल्कुल संतोष भाई. when you have a partner and you trust them, you love them, and they cheat on you, that teaches you a lot about life and yourself, how strong you are. And it, हम जैसे लौंडे हैं तो हम बोल देते हैं यार क्या लड़की, एवरीबडी हर्ट्स, एवरीबडी हर्ट्स, वो भी कुछ सिखा के ही जाएगा. Doctors and lawyers, just like my brother says, police are not our friends. Doctors and lawyers. Wait, doctors are different. Lawyers, देख, मेरे according, for men, there are three categories of men that are the worst. तीन categories. First one is lawyers, policemen, and gym trainers. ये तीन सबसे नीच प्रजाति होती हैं लौंडों की, आदमियों की. सबसे नीच जो तीन प्रजाति हैं दुनिया में वो हैं लॉयर्स, पुलिस वाले एंड जिम ट्रेनर्स. ये किसी के सगे नहीं होते. All they care about is money. How they can get more out of you is all they care about. जैसे for somebody who has been to a few gyms in my time and has done a lot of workout, मैं बता रहा हूँ भाई, never trust a gym trainer when it comes to supplements. Diet, and मेरे को बहुत हंसी आती है when people go to other people for diets. यार diet लिख के दे दो. You know what's good for you. फ्रूट्स अच्छे हैं तुम्हारे लिए, सैलड्स अच्छे हैं तुम्हारे लिए, प्रोटीन खाओ, चिकन खाओ, अंडे खाओ, मीठा कम करो, ओट्स खाओ, बनाना शेक्स. Everybody knows what's good for you. They just waste their time. That's all. Guys, if you're just joining the stream, please leave a like. Thank you so much. That really helps us getting back. Andrew Tate may have some shit ideas and views, but there is no reason to block his bank accounts. यार when देख आज के टाइम पे जो स्ट्रक्चर है इस टाइम पे हमारा सोशल मीडिया का खासकर, इफ़ यू डिसएग्री विद द जनरल मास विच इज़ वुमेन आर गॉड, वुमेन आर एवरीथिंग, एंड पीपल, देयर कैन बी एज मैनी genders as possible, everybody can choose their own pronouns, everybody can force you to use their own pronouns, it should be mandated by law. If you you can be as fat as you want and still have nothing to say about it. Fat chicks are now becoming models, and transgendered male to female transitioned athletes are now fighting with biological female athletes. It's a mess, and if you disagree with them, you are labeled as the worst thing that can be. And Andrew Tate, like they took everything from Andrew Tate. After that, now he has to switch to Rumble. Now his content is on Rumble. I think Andrew Tate was a great character. He was funny. We didn't agree with everything he said, but he started some good conversations, didn't he? I think he did, right? Okay, what else are you? Post cheated you because become painless. उसके बाद दिल नहीं रहता, जिगर बन जाता है. क्या बात है संतोष भाई. Nice words. Nice. छेर. बहुत टाइम हो गया. Jesus DiCaprio, यार, I remember you used to join our streams regularly. It has been a long while, यार. I enjoy being back though. Now we are definitely back, and we are going to stream every day. बात करते हैं थोड़ी देर, घंटा डेढ़ घंटा तो मेरे पास एटलीस्ट रोज होगा ही टू लाइव स्ट्रीम. अदर देन दैट वी कैन प्ले सम गेम सम डे. आज जैसे सीरियस स्ट्रीम चल रही है अपनी, बात करेंगे सीरियस इशू के बारे में. टुमारो आई विल गेम, एंड देन मैं चाह रहा हूँ कि तुम लोगों के साथ भी कुछ खेलूँ. सो यू गाइज गेट अमंग अस ऑन योर फोन्स, जॉइन द डिस्कॉर्ड सर्वर, मे बी विल प्ले समथिंग. और ऐसा कोई अगर कोई छोटा गेम और है विच वी कैन ऑल प्ले, वो भी खेल ले, मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. वी कैन, देखते हैं क्या होता है. Don't we have any solutions to fight against those circumstances? Nope. That's the issue. We have nothing to fight. हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते उनका. And that is the issue. क्या करें? What can we do? For example, like I'm in conversation with a few lawyers. I want to get a few actual lawyers who practice law on this channel and have them tell you about what can be done in these cases, because at least I want my viewers to be educated कि if there is a fake case or a accusation on you guys, how to pursue that and how to do anything about that. I think that would be a great idea. What do you guys think? Should I do that? Should I get somebody on the live stream, like a professional lawyer, and see what ideas they have and what we can do about it? Free advice. I'll find some good lawyers. I have a few good lawyers in the solution. Santosh says I have a good solution. Mass protest. नहीं होने वाला. Like Santosh bhai, you know I've been to a few protests, right? मैंने बताया भी. I think I have a speech somewhere on Facebook which I gave on a protest. I think most of you haven't even seen it. I posted it on Facebook like 4 years back, I went to a men's right protest. I gave a speech, and it was very nicely received on Facebook. There were like thousands of views on it at the time, and I was very excited. I think it's still on Facebook somewhere. I think I can find it. Like, give me a second. Let me see if I can find it. I think I can find it. Would you guys like to see my speech? I don't know मेरी Facebook stream पे क्या चला. I haven't even opened Facebook in like years. Jesus Christ, this is my personal ID. Let's get to my posts. I haven't opened Facebook in so long. I don't even remember what's going on. I don't even know what's going on. मैंने किसी की like literally मैंने अपने what messages भी नहीं खोल के देखे हैं. How do I get to my video? Oh, here it is. I think here it is. Yeah, I think I found it. Let me get it here. Give me a minute. You guys can see it, right? I think I found the video. मैंने कुछ लोगों के साथ शेयर किया, गालियाँ पड़ी. अरे tell them to talk to me. Tell them that he streams every day. Come here and talk to me. Debate with me direct, and we'll see. Tanmay says that I should collab with Deepika ma'am. Bhai, I would love to. बता रहा हूँ ना. Now let's watch this video. Tell me if you guys get the audio.
सभी को नमस्कार. मेरा नाम.
Is everybody getting the audio? आ रही है ना? अरे बता तो दो यार. Okay. So this is a speech that I gave at Jantar Mantar. It was a protest a few years back for men's right, and let's watch it from the start. I want to know your guys' reaction. Just let me know in the comments what you guys think about it.
सभी को नमस्कार. मेरा नाम साहिल छिकारा है. मैं दिल्ली के पास सोनीपत का रहने वाला हूँ. और शायद जितने पीड़ित लोग यहाँ पर हैं, शायद सबसे छोटी उम्र वालों में से हूँ मैं, तो शायद मैं अलग नजरिए से हमारी इस परेशानी को देख पा रहा हूँ. यहाँ पर काफी लोगों ने बोला, बहुत बड़े लेवल की बात की, नेशनल लेवल पे पुरुष आयोग, महिला आयोग, जो कि बहुत बड़े बड़े इश्यूज हैं. मैं आपको बता दूं, मैं दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी का स्टूडेंट हूँ. हर एक कॉलेज के कैंपस में, अगर एक कॉलेज के 2 कैंपस हैं, तो दोनों में अलग अलग वुमेन सेल बना रखे हैं. हर एक कॉलेज में है ये. हर एक कॉलेज में प्रावधान है कि किसी भी महिला को किसी भी तरीके की परेशानी होती है तो उसको सपोर्ट मिलता है, पूरा मिलता है. एक बार भी मुझे किसी ने ये नहीं बताया कि पुरुषों के लिए भी कुछ है इस देश में या नहीं. और मैंने खुद पढ़ के देखा तो मुझे मिला भी नहीं. कुछ भी नहीं है, कोई लॉ नहीं. अब डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस की और डाउरी की तो यहाँ पे काफी बात होती है, क्योंकि मोस्टली विक्टिम्स उसी के हैं. मैं सेक्सुअल हैरेसमेंट के बारे में बात करता हूँ. लॉ क्लियरली विक्टिम हमेशा और इसमें फीमेल को ही लेता है और मेल को परपेट्रेटर लिया जाता है, वो बात अलग है. कितना आसान है किसी लड़के को सेक्सुअल हैरेसमेंट केस में फंसाना. मैं बहुत बार स्पीच दे चुका हूं. मैं हमेशा एक ही चीज करता हूं कि किसी रैंडम लड़की की तरफ पॉइंट करता हूं और बोलता हूं कि मैं इनसे कभी मिला नहीं हूं, कभी नहीं मिला हूं. और वो अगर सामने वाले पुलिस थाने में जाके ये कह देगी इस लड़के ने मुझे 1 साल पहले छेड़ा था, 1 साल पहले, तो भी मेरे खिलाफ केस दर्ज कर लिया जाएगा. और कोई इस बारे में बोलता क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि पता ही नहीं है लोगों को, किसी को नहीं पता है. मैंने जब इस बारे में पढ़ना शुरू किया, नेशनल क्राइम्स रिकॉर्ड ब्यूरो की मैंने रिपोर्ट डाउनलोड की जो बहुत इजीली अवेलेबल है, मैंने सुसाइड स्टेटिस्टिक्स पढ़ी, मेरा दिमाग खराब हो गया। मैंने लोगों को बताया कि मैरिड लोगों में से 75% सुसाइड जो है वो मेल्स करते हैं, कोई मानने को तैयार नहीं है। मैंने यूट्यूब पे वीडियो बनाई, मैंने डाली, लोग मेरे से प्रूफ मांग रहे हैं। मैंने नेशनल क्राइम्स रिकॉर्ड ब्यूरो की पीडीएफ फाइल को डाला कि आप देखिए और खुद बताइए, तो कहते हैं ये तो गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, तो कुछ भी लिख सकती है। मतलब हमारी बात को, पुरुषों की बात को झुठलाने के लिए किसी भी हद तक जा सकते हैं ये लोग। और उसी रिपोर्ट में जहां पर 498 के 4.5 लाख अरेस्ट लिख रखे हैं 2016 में, उसको तो ये सबूत के तरीके से यूज कर लेते हैं। लेकिन हमारे बारे में जब बात आती है तो उसी रिपोर्ट की जो इंपॉर्टेंस है या जो वो सच है या नहीं, तो उसको क्वेश्चन क्यों किया जाता है? क्योंकि सिंपल तरीके से बता देता हूं, 498A में भी लिखा हुआ है और इसमें भी लिखा हुआ है, अभी जो नई आपने सुना हो, नई स्टेटमेंट आई है कि किसी फीमेल को अपनी मिडिल फिंगर दिखाना अमाउंट्स टू आउटरेजिंग हर मोडेस्टी, यानी कि उसकी इज्जत पर हाथ डालने के बराबर है किसी औरत को अपनी मिडिल फिंगर दिखा देना। लेकिन अगर वो दिखाए तो कुछ नहीं। जब ये चीजें पता ही नहीं है लोगों को, मैं अपनी जनरेशन की बात करता हूं, मैं अपने क्लासमेट्स की बात करता हूं, जब मैं उन्हें बताता हूं कि सुसाइड स्टैटिस्टिक्स कैसी हैं, डाउरी के केसेस कैसे झूठे हो, तो कह रहे ऐसे थोड़ी होता है, सच्चे होते होंगे। पता ही नहीं है लोगों को। जो पीड़ित है या जो पीड़ित का परिवार है, सिर्फ उसी को पता है कि क्या है हमारे लॉज, उसके अलावा किसी को नहीं पता है। और हम यहाँ पर ये अपना आंदोलन कर रहे हैं, मैं बहुत बार जा चुका हूँ, स्पीचेस देता हूँ, लोग या तो ध्यान देते नहीं है, और देते हैं तो वो जो इस चीज से पीड़ित है। और हमारा फायदा जब होगा, हमारी बात आगे जब जाएगी, जब हम उन लोगों को अपने साथ हो रहे अत्याचार के बारे में बताएंगे जिन्हें नहीं पता है, जो पीड़ित नहीं है। जब जनरल मासेस जो हमारी कंट्री के हैं, जब उन्हें पता चलेगा कि हमारे लॉज में कैसे सेक्सिज्म हो रहा है मेल्स के अगेंस्ट, तो कुछ फायदा हो सकता है। तो मैं ये कहूंगा कि अपने पीड़ितों के सर्कल्स में रहने की बजाय अपने नॉर्मल लोग जो आप जिनके साथ आप काम करते हैं, जिनके साथ आप पढ़ते हैं, आप उन्हें बताएं अपने साथ हो रहे अत्याचार के बारे में, अपने देश के लॉज के बारे में, सेक्सिज्म के बारे में। सेक्सिज्म टर्म जो है वो सिर्फ हमेशा ये यूज की जाती है औरतों के खिलाफ अत्याचार, बल्कि सेक्सिज्म का मतलब है औरतों या पुरुषों के खिलाफ होने वाला अत्याचार, जेंडर के अनुसार होने वाला अत्याचार। ये डेफिनेशन लोगों को बताना जरूरी है, नहीं पता है लोगों को। मिसोजिनी वर्ड का मतलब होता है पुरुषों के खिलाफ, महिलाओं के खिलाफ अत्याचार। पूछ के देख लो बड़े से बड़े स्कॉलर से, अगर इसी का मेल काउंटर पार्ट पता हो किसी को, मिसेंड्री वर्ड होता है पुरुषों के खिलाफ अत्याचार, पता ना किसी को, कैसे पता होगा? हमारा एजुकेशन सिस्टम, हमारी एजुकेशन, दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी जो इतनी प्रोमिनेंट मानी जाती है, पूरा सब्जेक्ट है वुमेन इन कंटेम्परेरी इंडिया। आज तक किसी ने पुरुषों के बारे में बात करी हो तो बताएं? कभी नहीं, और होगी भी नहीं जब तक हम नहीं उठाएंगे अपनी आवाज। इसी के चलते मैंने अपना एक यूट्यूब चैनल स्टार्ट किया है मेरे नाम से, साहिल छिकारा, जिसमें अभी मैं सिर्फ बेसिक वीडियोस डाल रहा हूं। उसी पे मुझे इतनी गालियां पड़ रही हैं कि आप तो महिलाओं के खिलाफ बात कर रहे हैं, जबकि एक भी लाइन मैंने ये नहीं कही कि महिलाएं गलत कर रही हैं। पर अगर लॉज के खिलाफ भी बात कर लो तो अपने आप महिलाओं के खिलाफ हो जाती है। लेकिन हमारे पुरुषों के बारे में कोई बात कर रहा है, इस बात पे किसी ने ध्यान नहीं दिया। मुझे कहते हैं कि दोनों तरफ के बारे में बात करो। अरे भैया, सारे फेमिनिस्ट सिर्फ औरतों के बारे में बात करते हैं, कभी उनको बोला कि पुरुषों के बारे में बात करो? तो मैं क्यों करूं? एक तरफा बात करना जरूरी है। स्केल है, ये तराजू है, एक तरफ झुका है, पूरा वजन दूसरी तरफ डालेंगे तो ही बराबर आएगा। इसी के साथ मैं बाकियों को बोलने का मौका देता हूं। आप मुझे देख सकते हैं, मैं आपको यूट्यूब पे आसानी से मिल जाऊंगा, प्लीज सपोर्ट करें मेरा।
एंड यहाँ पे भी आखिरी में मैंने अपनी एडवर्टाइजमेंट खरीदी, प्लीज़ सपोर्ट करें। दिस वॉज लाइक 4 years बैक, आई वॉज इन कॉलेज, आई थिंक दिस इज इन सेकेंड ईयर और थर्ड ईयर मे बी, आई डोंट रिमेंबर एग्जैक्टली when this was, but I had my friends with me. I had Jatin with me that day. Rishabh, you're on chat, right? So I had Jatin with me that day. It was a very very fun day. I had a lot of fun. एंड बहुत सारे पीड़ित लोगों से मुझे बात करने का मौका मिला, एंड बहुत सारी स्टोरीज मुझे उस दिन पता चली, बहुत नई चीज़ों के बारे में पता चला. आई स्टार्टेड टॉकिंग टू न्यू पीपल. इट वॉज रियली रियली अ नाइस एक्सपीरियंस. सो गाइस, इफ यू हैव वॉच्ड दिस स्पीच ऑफ माइन, प्लीज़ लेट मी नो इन द कमेंट्स व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट इट. अब मैं क्या करूँगा, द रीज़न आई पुट इट दिस वे इज़ बिकॉज मैं इसको क्लिप करके एक अलग से वीडियो बना के अपने यूट्यूब चैनल में डाल दूँगा, बिकॉज आई एम वेरी वेरी टाइट विद टाइम दीज डेज. अलग से वीडियोस डालने का मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है, बट लेट्स सी अबाउट दैट. सो डू यू गाइस थिंक अबाउट इट? योर वॉइस इज बोल्ड. आई ट्राई माई बेस्ट यार. माई वॉइस इज क्वाइट लाउड. सो एंड दिस वॉज अ मोमेंट आई वॉज वेरी पम्प्ड अप. I was young and I was like full of that young student enthusiasm. आग लगा देंगे, फोड़ देंगे, तोड़ देंगे. And I went there with like full confidence. I've always been a good speaker actually. I've always been on stage. Like I've always been a performer, music, dance. I've been done a lot of things. So stage पे I feel comfortable. I don't have a problem with being on stage. I've always been comfortable on stage. So this was a मौका जैसे मुझे मिला and they said because I was by far the youngest there. Like बाकी सब वर ऑलरेडी विक्टिम्स ही थे वहाँ पे मोस्टली इन फेक केसेस के. आई वाज द वन दैट वाज यंग. जिस आई वाज द ओनली वन. मैं और मेरे साथ जो मेरी टीम जाती है, whoever is with me, like जतिन जाता है, ऋषभ, एंड देयर आर few other friends of mine that usually come with me. They were with me, and we were the only people there who weren't either victim of fake cases or directly related to victims of those fake cases, and that always pisses me off. So I wanted to talk about that, so I did in this speech, and I really enjoyed that time there. It was a good time. I have talked to a lot of people, and in fact वही protest दोबारा हुआ था next year 2 अक्टूबर को, and that's where I met Deepika madam actually. I think that protest will be held again this year. I don't know if I'll go or not, but we'll see about that, and देखते हैं क्या होता है. थैंक यू पिक्सल, थैंक यू फॉर द कॉम्प्लीमेंट. आई ट्राई माई बेस्ट. 5 लोगों को भेजा, सारे गालियाँ दे रहे हैं कि ये अशोक दरोगा जैसा है जो बोलता था कि छोटे छोटे कपड़े ही प्रॉब्लम है. आई नेवर सेड छोटे कपड़े प्रॉब्लम है. मैंने कब बोला? आई नेवर सेड दैट. मैंने आज तक आई हैव नेवर कमेंटेड अबाउट वुमेन वेयरिंग शॉर्ट क्लोथ्स हैज एनी रिलेशनशिप टू एनीथिंग. नेवर सेड दैट. मैंने कब बोला? कुछ भी. Anupriya also thinks I am a good speaker. Anish also thinks I am a good speaker. Thank you bro. इसलिए हम आपके YouTube देखते हैं. अरे तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ, like lead them straight to me. Like इससे बात करो. Talk to me. मैं हमेशा तैयार हूँ बहस करने के लिए 24 घंटे. I'll get on it and then करेंगे बात. देखते हैं क्या होता है. आप वॉइस फॉर मेंस पेज की फॉलो करते हो? बिल्कुल करता हूँ भाई, बिल्कुल करता हूँ. इवन इन द लास्ट टीम आई एक्चुअली टॉक्ड अबाउट इट. एवरीबडी शुड फॉलो वॉइस फॉर मेंस पेज. वॉइस ऑफ मैन, राइट? वॉइस ऑफ मैन. इट वॉज कॉल्ड मेंस डे आउट फर्स्ट पहले, बट इट्स बिन चेंज्ड टू वॉइस ऑफ मैन. आई थिंक इट्स एन अमेजिंग. क्या यूपी गवर्नमेंट ने? मिस्टर ADSR इज वेरी लेट टू द चैट ब्रो, प्लीज ड्रॉप अ लाइक. सो यूपी गवर्नमेंट ने किया एक लॉ पास जिसमें एंटीसिपेटरी बेल नहीं मिलेगी रेप एक्यूज और पॉक्सो एक्यूज मेल्स को, बिकॉज फीमेल्स आर नेवर एक्यूज ऑफ दीज क्राइम्स, सो दे कांट बी. लाइक सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट इज लाइक ऐसी चीज़ है जो लॉ हमेशा ये ट्रीट करता है कि भाई ये तो सिर्फ फीमेल्स के साथ हो सकता है. आई फॉर अ फैक्ट I know that males can be sexually harassed, especially in the workplaces. Nobody cares. Let me say that again. Nobody cares about men. यूपी गवर्नमेंट से तो क्या ही उम्मीद कर सकते हैं? That's the problem now. We have to fight on the personal level first with the people she shares the stuff with. यार देखो, if you have to fight with people on the personal stuff, let me give you some examples. Let me give you some pointers. मेरी हेरी नहीं दिख रही है. My hands don't have hair anymore, but मेरा trimmer बीच में बोल गया I couldn't do my legs. So as I was saying, let me give you some pointers on how to debate these topics. Females will say that women get sexually harassed. You agree. Then they say women have faced domestic violence, and you agree. Then you say women face so many problems in their life, and you agree. Then they will ask you, तो तुम्हारा point क्या है? तो हमारा point ये है, if there is 1 out of 10,000 cases in where a woman has wrongly used the laws to protect women from rape to benefit themselves, how will that one man get justice? First, does that one man deserve justice? One man. Halanki the statistics are way off. We'll leave that to the side. Let's say, does that one man deserve justice? How will he get it? Now let's put another question behind. Does breach of promise of marriage amount to rape? Ask this simple question to your feminist friends. मैं सीधी बोल रहा हूँ. Breach of promise of marriage. I was in a relationship with a female. We are not getting married. XYZ happened. Now every single time that I had relationships with her, that counts as rape now. And that's legal in this country. That's by law. And now even under those cases, I won't be able to get an anticipatory bail thanks to UP government. Parth asks, bro, what does modesty? Modesty is a word that is used in place of izzat. Outraging a woman's modesty means uski izzat pe हाथ डालना. So modesty is just a word that's switched for izzat in our law. You'll find it used. You'll find it used a lot in women's context. You'll never find it used in the context of men. You'll never find it used. I have seen that said this a few times on the channel that man's modesty word जो है पूरे निर्णयों में कहीं है ही नहीं. So मैंने ये बोला उससे बोला कि ये तो प्यादा है वो तो मैं हेड है वो तो मेन हेड है एंड यूज़ आपके दीपिका का इंटरव्यू एंड इंदु सुभाष का भी. तो उसने अशोक दरोगा का के सारे स्पीचेस भेजे. उसने कहा कि ये तो ऑर्गेनाइज़र है. ये मेन ऑर्गेनाइज़र है. आई डोंट इवन नो कौन है ये आकाश अशोक दरोगा. आई डोंट केयर अबाउट दीज पीपल. तो देन लेट उन्हें ये बोलो कि व्हेन यू गिव देम एग्जांपल ऑफ माय स्टफ से इफ यू थिंक आई एम रॉन्ग आई इफ दे कैन deny one of my questions like I'll pay them. सीधी सीधे बोल रहा हूँ. Guys, if you're new to the stream, please do drop a like. It helps us out. Okay, so these things, when you fight with these people personally, when you argue with these people personally, you agree with them. Whenever they say that women face this problem or women face that problem, you agree with them. And then you put up the false cases. कुछ तो होंगे, थोड़े बहुत होंगे 10-20. So what those 10-20 people go through? Do they deserve it? What can they do about it? Ask these people these questions, they'll crumble. नहीं होगा उनके पास response. That's the best way to counter it. Because females do face problem in our country. We all know that. इसीलिए तो ये laws बनाए गए हैं, वरना इनकी जरूरत ही क्या होती? Nobody wants more laws. Trust me. ये laws बनाए इसलिए जाते हैं because we don't have control over the things we already have. कोटर के रख रहे I can't say that on stream, bro. साहिल चिकारा फॉर प्राइम मिनिस्टर. भाई ये जुड़वा ले हाथ, दे ये जोड़े. मैं फिलहाल एक एंटरप्रेन्योर बन जाऊँ, दैट्स इनफ फॉर मी. प्राइम मिनिस्टर की 35 के बाद देखेंगे. आई एम नॉट सेइंग आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू डू इट. आई हैव नेवर सेड नो टू पॉलिटिक्स. आई जस्ट आई एम नॉट यूज्ड टू इट. द आइडिया ऑफ मी बीइंग इन पॉलिटिक्स. यस, आई एम जस्ट गुड एट क्रिटिसाइजिंग पीपल, नॉट डूइंग द वर्क माई सेल्फ. ठीक है ना? विल सी अबाउट दैट, बट कभी ना कभी the cognitive dissonance is so bad that they aren't willing to listen. Of course they aren't willing to listen. Pixel, they have been on social media and news their entire life, and they have been fed that steady dose of misandry that men are the cause of problem, women are the ones who always. They have been listening that for 20 plus years. For you to come around and tell them something completely opposite to that, it will take some doing. Of course it will take some doing. It will take some time. And circular arguments, yes, honge. Women have it worse, but these problems are faced by men. But men make the laws and more shifting goes pools and personal. Because men have an outward bias. A man is more likely to favor a woman, and a woman is more likely to favor a woman. Men have outward bias, females have inward bias. Don't you guys know that? That's psychological. You can read it. Outward bias and inward bias. We just hit 17 concurrent viewers, guys. That's the highest we have achieved so far. So congratulations to us. All right. मेरे और मेरे भाई पे false rape case लगा है. Guy, my man, let us know about it. Join our Discord server. And tell us about it. We'll talk about it on the channel. If it makes sense, we'll even get you on the channel. We are always happy to talk to victims and get their stories out as much as possible. Right, guys? Pixelate. Most of my friends are women, and I think all are feminists. I feel like a sheep among them. What's nothing wrong with being I don't want to show my face. You don't have to show your face, bro. Get on the Discord server and just talk to us about it. You don't have to show your face. I'll tell your story in your name. You don't even have to give me your name. Don't worry about it. That's not going to be a problem. We don't show faces, we don't tell names here. I've done that before. Told story of people who have been through things without telling their names or their faces. You don't have to worry about that. And Pixel, as far as debating feminist goes, yeah, it's always an uphill battle. It's always an uphill battle, but you don't give up. Because if giving up was the thing, I would have done that a long time ago. Because trust me, it's hard. When you work so hard to get the information that you need to get your message across, and then nobody listens to you. Nobody cares about what you're talking about. Like, the most important video I have on my channel is the one where I research schools and why, how men are more likely to fail out of classes and drop out of classes in schools. And that video has maybe 1,000 views, and it took a month of constant work to get that one video out. And the dumbest video I have on my channel, the Neha Dupia one, it has what, 2.2 million views now. That's literally the dumbest video I've ever made. That video is the least representative of my thoughts and my ideas. It has 2.2 million views because क्यों, वो एक वायरल टॉपिक था, बॉलीवुड, रोडीज एंड चिंग चिंग एंड pam. Nobody cares about actual real issues. That's a fact, we all know that. And alright, I'm still saying there is a Discord server in the description of this video. Get on that Discord server, talk to us. We're always happy to talk to people. You don't have to give us your name, you don't have to give us your identity. If you want to get your messages across, we'll get it. I'll make a separate video about it. How about that? Manish joined our chat. What's up, Manish? Drop a like. In every animal species, males fight with each other to get females, and females only choose the ones who are strongest part. Yes, that is a fact. That's what Andrew Tate talks about. And he's right. Like, high value males get more females. That's a fact. Everybody knows that. We don't want to admit it. Feminists don't want to admit it, but it's true. कोई दिक्कत की बात ही नहीं है. With strangers, it's fine. With friends, I risk losing friendship or the fear that they might try to cancel me since they know me personally. It is more likely paranoia, but it is still there. Understandably, Pixelate. Like, I gave up on my friends a long time ago. If you don't agree with me and if you disagree with me and that makes you not be around me, not like being around me, you can bounce off. I don't need you in my life. I really don't need these people in my life. I have been blessed with having a few very, very good friends. Some of them might be still watching me right now. And I have been blessed with a few followers who understand what I'm talking about, willing to talk me, willing to support me in my endeavors. That's enough for me. इससे ज़्यादा मुझे करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. बाकी बोलने आते जो किस्मत में लिख रखा वो होगा ही. I'll just do my best. मुझे पता है कि gender neutral laws are required, but the problem starts exposing MRA. MRM miss. Men's right movement is cancer. Okay. Hello, how are you? Very nice name. I want to check your other comments, but I can't. Well, I'll read through this one. मुझे पता है कि gender neutral laws are required, but the problem starts when it is manifesto of these MRA NGOs. They write that women don't have any property rights. That's when the problem starts. Well, if I paid for the property, then my wife should have a right on it. That's understandable. But I should be given some premise where if I am getting rich, that I should be able to protect my assets for myself and my kids. And you talk about property rights? What the hell are you talking about? I don't even have rights over my own children. Even if my wife cheats on me, she still gets the custody of my kids. What the hell are you talking about? Is property more important than kids now? And women get property rights. Women have complete right over 50% of their husband's property. They have complete right over his ancestral property even. What the hell are you even talking about? Oh, parental property rights. Women do have parental property rights, bro. I mean, bro, I don't know if you're a male or a female, but women have parental property rights. They do. My sisters have parental property rights. My buaji had parental property rights. God rest her soul. Rest in peace. She died a week ago. She was 74. She had been suffering for a few months. But now she's with Bholenath, and I hope she's in a better place now. So yeah, women do have property rights, parental property rights and matrimonial property rights. Who told you there aren't? They shouldn't. I'm not saying they shouldn't. They should, absolutely should, but they have it. But they shouldn't have rights over a man who they cheated and then are divorcing, and they want his property as well. I think the merits of the case should be mentioned. I यार जहाँ तक parental property rights, there are MRAs who do dumb shit. There are also women who think all men should be exterminated from the world. So you can't take some dumb MRAs and then paint us all with the same brush, right? I don't think you should be able to do that. Guys, am I right? Like there are some very dumb feminists. I have differentiated between those stupid feminists and hashtag feminists. I call them hashtag feminists on my channel. And the real feminists, I just call feminists or say real feminists. They are hashtag feminists. You can't think us to be the same, bro. Please don't. Okay. And as far as property rights go, if my wife is going to divorce me, I think the merits of the case matter. She cheated on me, now she is divorcing me and she deserves my property. Does that make sense to you? You caught one thing, which is parental property rights. What about matrimonial property rights? So you catch one thing that they say dumb, and now you're going to say everything that they say is nullified. What kind of an argument is that? It's never ending vicious cycle. Property matters. Property matters, bro. Property matters, विपुल भाई बिल्कुल सही. हमारे कॉलेज में भी जेंडर बायस होता है, मॉडल मेकिंग में, एग्जाम में, एक्सेट्रा. देर इज ऑलवेज अ जेंडर बायस. कभी वो मेल्स की तरफ होगा, कभी वो फीमेल्स की तरफ होगा. ह्यूमंस आर बायस्ड. पार्थ हिंदूज हैव इक्वल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स. वो आई एम अ लॉ स्टूडेंट एंड जहाँ तक प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स की बात है, आई नो फॉर अ फैक्ट दैट फीमेल्स हैव प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स. देर आर MRAs who say this, MRAs who say that. They say that for a specific reason. They say that for a specific reason because आपने cases नहीं पढ़े हैं. Cases ऐसे मैं आपको दिखा दूंगा जिसमें like woman has done so much wrong in the family and she still gets the property that she deserves to be in a jail. Instead she gets property rights. That happens frequently. Read their cases, bro. You will find a lot of reasons why they're saying that thing. They're not saying it out of place here. You have to understand the context in which they are talking about. सही में समझ में आएगा. Women toilets in India are always closed and clean, but men's are extremely dirty. That's because of men. Women have nothing to do with it. Women use the bathroom responsibly, men don't. I for a fact know this. ठीक है ना? I have been to more railway stations and bus stands that you can imagine. I was a daily passenger for Delhi. मैं रोज दिल्ली जाता था, रोज दिल्ली से आता था. During college, then during coaching. Men use their bathrooms unhygienically. That's why it happens. इन लोगों को वॉइस ऑफ मैन वॉज प्रोमोटिंग. ओके, सो एक्सपोजिंग हमारे, लेट्स गेट टू दिस. सो one MRA organization said some dumb shit. They must have had 50 points in their manifesto. You found one that you don't agree with. That might be dumb. And then Voice of Men, who promote so much other content, promoted them. So now the Voice for Men is shit, right? So you made from one point of chain to you nullified their entire existence and all the valid arguments that they make. You think that's logical? So Code Cracker asks, what is your thoughts about the jury system? Bhai, jury system is, it's a promiscuous concept to talk about, yaar, to be very honest. I don't have enough experience with judiciary. I have a lot of information about what they've done in cases, which sometimes is good and sometimes it's absolutely pathetic. But I'm still a long way to go where I can give you very solid arguments about misandry. As far as no to dowry, no to alimony is concerned, I agree with 100% on that part. There are a lot other more things that you won't agree with. Are you male or a female? First, let's get that across the picture. Take a second. I just dropped my earbuds. How to join Discord? Just download the Discord app, my friend, or you can just get me on Instagram. There is a link, I think. Is there a link? Yeah, there is a link to it in Instagram channel in the description of this live stream. Just click on that and personally text me. I'll receive the text and then I'll talk about it. We'll make a separate link about it. All right, link in the description. Does husband also have property rights? Of course not. पागल हो गए हो क्या? Oh, she's a female. Okay. So, miss exposing MRA, MRM is cancer. So, men's right movement is cancer. Well, talking to me and having that kind of a username is quite interesting. I like that. I like a challenge. I think the gender is irrelevant. No, it's highly relevant. According to them, same people, individual people should not have ration cards. Some people, yeah, let's put it this way. As far as the men's right movement is concerned, yes, there are some idiots working. That's a fact because there are some dumb feminists working as well. So, but your username says men's right movement is cancer. How do you justify that? So just because some people said some dumb shit, so what I'm saying is also cancer. That women and men should have equal opportunities and equality under the law. That we both, all men and all women, should be protected from sexual harassment. All the genders should be protected from sexual harassment and sexual violence. Then why are our laws only protecting women and not men? Why can't I accuse my wife of domestic violence? Have you ever thought about that? Have you? I'm waiting. And Pixel, the gender is highly relevant. Trust me on that. Most likely she's a female. But फिर भी. Yeah, feminism is cancer. Let me explain to you why people say. I don't say feminism is cancer. I say feminism is bangan. And अगर आप लोग मेरे चैनल को काफ़ी टाइम से देख रहे हैं, I do that a lot. I say feminism is bangan. And the reason I say that is because बैंगन का भरता हम सब लोगों ने खाया है, right? बैंगन का भरता मैंने बहुत जगहों पे खाया है. आई हेट इट. बट एक या दो या तीन बार मैंने बैंगन का भरता ऐसा खाया विच आई लव. एंड व्हाट दैट टेल्स मी इज बैंगन का भरता बनाना इज अ क्वाइट स्किल्ड सब्जेक्ट. सब लोग नहीं बना सकते एक टेस्टी बैंगन का भरता. सेम गोज फॉर फेमिनिज्म. 99% 90% feminist I would say talk absolute dumb garbage. The 10 other percent are feminists. Those 90% are bangan or hashtag feminists. I think that's a good argument, right? Feminism is bangan. I don't think feminism is cancer. I used to say that, but then I educated myself more, and now I don't. No, but the thing is that exposing MRA, what can you expose? Okay, I don't like to call myself a men's rights activist these days, but I'll do in this case. Expose. What do you think that I have said so far in this live stream that you don't agree with? Is there anything that you can mention that I said this and this might be misogynistic? Because I am very happy to be checked and corrected of my mistakes. The thing is that taking one thing, like I understand what you're saying, that there are men's right people who say a lot of dumb stuff. Like I have differentiated myself from most men's right organizations for the same reason, because they talk a lot of dumb stuff that I don't agree with, a lot of misogyny. And but you have to understand where they're coming from. Like I understand where those feminists who say that they hate men, I understand where they come from. They have their personal experiences where they have been played, used against, sexually harassed, violated. And then I understand, even if I don't agree with them, I can understand where they're coming from, right? So you have to understand where that misogyny is coming from, that these men's rights activists, they have met hundreds upon thousands of men who have whose life have been absolutely destroyed by a woman who looking for money, who marries. मैं आपको केसेस बता सकता हूँ जिसमें a woman ran off from her house, matrimonial house, 12 days after marriage. Honeymoon गई, वापस आई, she ran off. The case has been going on for 4 years. The whole family is in torture. The guy's father is dead. His mother is in the hospital. Her sister can't get married. He can't get remarried. All their financial wealth is now gone. He has lost his job. So after you see case upon case upon case like that, eventually you will get hatred in your mind. The same thing that happens with feminists, I agree. But we have to look past that now. You have to look at the real problems that these men's rights activists are talking about beyond that dumb stuff. Like if there are 50 points and 3 of them are dumb, look at the other 47 as well. Don't negate the whole thing by those 3 points. I don't negate feminists. I understand. Like I just told Pixel how to argue with the feminists. Agree that yes, women do face violence. Women do face domestic violence. Women are more sexually harassed. We all know that. That's a fact. But that once we have to get past the generalization to talk about specific issues, because generalization doesn't get us anywhere. That's the problem. I think men's right movement doesn't exist. It's a very small thing. Arey yaar, the, I don't like saying this, GS, but capitalism, bro. capitalism is everything, and capitalism is everywhere, everywhere. Make the video on how to make good bangan. Maybe I will someday. By bangan I mean feminism. So one day I'll make a video that how to be a real feminist, maybe talk about real issues and actually do something other than just tweeting about it. Do you know many MRAs were against gender neutral age of marriage because according to them women are a burden on parents. So you can check that on Voice for Men comment section. Comment section is the dumbest thing. Yaar. Let's let's look at Voice of Men now. Yaar. I find them to be very reasonable. And that's the one men's right platform that I do support, like wholeheartedly support. Let's see if they have said some kind of this stuff, and then we'll correct them about it. Because comment section mein yaar, you have to understand that that man that did made that comment, what he has been through in his life, you have to look at that. Like, I am more than happy to say, if somebody says that kind of stuff, I am more than happy to say that that guy is dumb. I'm more than happy to say that that guy is an idiot, because they are. That's a fact. But you have to look, but because I'm a social studies sciences student, right, I read psychology, I'm a political science graduate. So with, so as a social scientist, what we have to do is look at beyond the problem, where that problem originates, where is this hatred for women coming from. We have to look beyond that point to solve the problem. We can't just sit there, he said this. That doesn't solve the problem. That's what feminists did, and look where we are right now. So many hard laws, have they made any progress? Has sexual violence decreased against women? It has increased instead of decreasing. Give me a second. Give me a second, guys. I put exposing Amare because they claim that they are all for gender neutrality, but it is reality happens when start having problems. They want to expose them. Well, actually, it's a good thing that there is somebody checking my people and checking their work and making sure that they don't do dumb things. It's a good thing, and I appreciate that. But it would be triggering for somebody like me. I'm not triggered, by the way. I am happy to have an honest discussion. Okay, understand that point. And some were telling that child protection laws should be only for girls upon the age of 12, but for boys it should be up to the age of 18. I can give you some very simple reasons. There are some dumb people in this world. कल मैंने अपनी लाइफ स्ट्रीम में बोला था, if you guys remember that, हर कास्ट, हर जेंडर, हर रिलीजन, हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, हर मूवमेंट, हर कंट्री, हर स्टेट, हर सिटी, हर गांव, हर तहसील, हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में देर आर डम पीपल who say dumb stuff, very dumb stuff. We have to be beyond them in order to actually solve any problems. समझिए ये आप लोग, that's important. समझ रहे हैं? I have sent message you on Discord. Okay bro, let me check Discord. Read the messages, bro. I just sent them. Okay. The only problem with feminist is that the head of it are mad and dumb. Stays like all men are trash. There are other problems with feminism as well, that they don't consider. They don't want equality. Okay, you claim to be a feminist, right? You want equality. So should women be drafted in Russia just like men are being drafted right now? Will women fight in the front lines? I'm not saying should they. Will they? A simple question. They don't want equality. They don't want to do the hard jobs. Like they want, this stuff was trending, right? Women don't get paid equally. They get paid equally in every single job. It's just that men work longer hours. And that doesn't mean that woman doesn't work hard. A woman takes priorities after a certain age. A woman takes priority in her family rather than the work, and a man takes priority in the work so that he can provide for that family. It's an understanding. These are gender roles, and these are chosen freely by both the man and the woman. A woman has the choice, right? That she can either choose to focus on the career or choose to focus on the family. It's a difficult choice, yes, and most women can't make it, but there are some women that can make that choice. Does a man have a choice to step back from his career, take care of the kids, and let his wife earn? Do you think a man can do that in our country, in our society, in our culture? We don't have equal questions. We don't have equal rights. We don't have equal opportunities to make decisions because man has to be the breadwinner of the family. वरना दुनिया ताने दे दे के मार देगी उसे. Other men will, other women will. Society में उसकी value खत्म हो जाएगी if he does that. Trust me on that. I know that very very carefully. I know that very very well. When the same things is done by MRAs, especially from the head, it is frustrating. Of course, it is frustrating, bro. I never claimed that I was a feminist. Okay, okay, okay. I'm not saying that you're a feminist. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I made a generalization. I tell people not to make generalizations. I'm sorry. And the thing is, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about when it comes to men's rights, people, and I have started to like step back from this whole men's right thing because I can't agree with most of them on the same issues. And the reason I keep turning my head left to right is because मुझे मेरे headphones बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं and I love RGB stuff. I love it and I love this spinning. I can change the colors by the way, पता है? We change them. You see, this is gaming mode, red, and this is chill mode. This is anxiety mode, and this is me feeling sexy mode, pink pink. And this is off, and then back to the circle. Okay. Exposing MRI. I agree that the lowering children protection for girls is a very stupid thing. It's a dumb thing to, and it will never be done. So we don't have to worry about that. People say dumb stuff all the time. Doesn't mean it can be done. Like for example, uh, you guys have heard Sidhu Moosewala, right? The Punjabi singer. I loved Sidhu Moosewala. I still listen to his songs every single day. I will every single day. तो कभी कभी मैं क्रिंज नहीं कर सकता. क्या बात होगी? I can be cringe sometimes. I can be very cringe sometimes. और तो मैं कोशिश करता हूँ चैनल पर मैं क्रिंज ना करूँ, वरना मैं क्रिंज बहुत कर सकता हूँ. I guess that was quite stupid to do, but मन कर गया मेरा. So that's why I agree and support men's rights movements once for gender neutral laws and punishment for false accusers. But when these gender neutral laws become selective, then the problem starts. Of course, the problem starts there. That's what the problem I have with feminists. And when men's rights activists start doing the same stuff, then difference नहीं बचता है दोनों में. It's infuriating. It's angering. Literally, I know what you're talking about. दिमाग की दही हो जाती है. So guys, it's 10. It's 9:52. I think we should end it here. Exposing a men's rights association so that I could at least question and expose these people. That's good thing to do, man. Be here tomorrow. I'll start streaming at 8 tomorrow as well. Be here tomorrow, and I think this is an interesting conversation that my viewers will like and enjoy. Be here tomorrow as well at 8 p.m. We'll have more discussions about it. We'll have more questions about it. I will also talk to that other guy who was telling me. Alright guys, I think that will be enough for tonight because मेरी नौकरी शुरू होने वाले आधे घंटे में. I need to grab another coffee because सारी रात मुझे नौकरी करनी है. And then in the morning hitting the gym and then कुछ घंटे की नींद लेके I'll be back with you guys. कल मैं थोड़ा जल्दी स्ट्रीम शुरू करने की कोशिश करूँगा. आज लाइट की इश्यूज़ की वजह से मैं प्रॉपर स्ट्रीम नहीं कर पाया, but we'll do that. Child protection laws are already gender neutral. It includes child labor law. It doesn't. In practice, there are a lot of differences when it comes to POXO. You're talking about POXO. We were just talking about POXO. We'll give you details about POXO tomorrow, exposing MRA. we'll have it. And in fact, join the Discord server. Maybe I'll be able to chat there. And maybe, and I also want to do some Discord only voice chat someday if you guys are interested. And I'll also be starting that join members thing on YouTube now, so that you guys can support me directly. And we'll also have members only these streams as well after a few days. I'm trying to try these things out because I didn't really have times for these, but now that I have, maybe I'll try something. All right, guys, good night. Have a great night. Have a good night's sleep. Get ready to work tomorrow. Work your ass off. Work hard to improve yourselves. I am doing that myself, and this will be good night.